We got a few people asking about how do you even get gigs in the first place? How if you're an unknown musician without a following or a record, how do you get gigs? I know I ask you this all the time.
Yeah, I think the first thing is you want to just be honest with yourself about how you play, what you play, where you've been, what your experiences are, who you've been around, and your general awareness. And I think then do a little bit of a self-assessment. Say, who do I want to be playing gigs with? When I was in high school, I was like, I want to play with Christian McBride. So I'm going to listen to all his records, and I'm going to transcribe everything he played. I'm going to watch all the videos on YouTube. And, I had some experiences to be around him. And I, finally 12, 13 years later, got a call to play with him after showing up to all of his gigs saying, hey, I would love to play with you sometime. And he gave me an opportunity, and I was ready for that opportunity. And I think those are some important things to realize. I really was honest with myself and did the hard work to say, okay, I'm going to learn his music. I'm going to learn his band concept. I'm going to learn the records he's made with all the musicians I like, whether it's Pat Metheny or Benny Green or Freddie Hubbard or Wynton Marsalis or Roy Hargrove. He's on records, Joe Henderson, Abbey Lincoln, Betty Carter. He's all over all of those musicians. And then, just that goal alone expanded me into, a world of jazz and all these musicians. So that was the first thing. Then, moving to New York and figuring out who your community is, and forming a bond. I never wanted anything other than to play music and to be friends with Kyle or Russell or Evan Sherman or Brian Carter or Benny Benack III or Godwin Louis or Tavon Pennicott or Reuben Fox or Yasushi Nakamura or the list goes, Joe Saylor. The list goes on, and these are some of the closest musical friends that we all had when we moved to New York City, and many others, some that are still in New York, some that left. But we treated it all like, okay, we want to be friends with these people because we genuinely like to be around them. We genuinely want to create something together as artists. And I think that developed into a good base for us to say, okay, we have a band. And now that we have a band, then what do you do? And so, we go hang at Smalls every single night. Kyle had a gig at Smalls every Tuesday night at leading the jam session. And I think that's kind of one of the most amazing things about our story is that Kyle was the first one to hustle a gig.